Hello guys, it's me, Red the Avid Dinosaur, and today I'm gonna share my thoughts about the new Forza Motorsport, a game that got released this year and basically was a reboot for the whole franchise, or that's what I thought. Well, I personally was looking to purchase this game for my Series S, but basically trailers and decisions kind of made me change my opinion on things and not buy this game. But I got it on Game Pass thanks to my Asus ROG Ally that I got this week, and yeah, I got the opportunity to test it out and see how it is. But to be honest, I just wanted to play the game more for the reward of on Forza Horizon 5 that the actual game. But I had the opportunity. I want to share my thoughts about it. Well, something I can really appreciate this game is the learning process that you have. Like the fact that the practice sessions, even when some people said they are kind of useless, in my opinion, they are really good because you can learn how is the track, how to get the physics right, and how to get used to them and learn the whole track. Something I really appreciate is that the practice mode actually kind of like there are parts of the track that are basically like how to say like time trials. So every time you pass into that corner, it takes your time, and it kind of makes you to get better at that corner, or just to get used to it and get better results on it. So it's something I really appreciate. Even other games don't have that, and it's something that for a new player is something really good because you can it's something that makes you learn the whole track, your breaking points, all that good stuff. Something that not many games have, and I really appreciate that part. That is again getting used to the mechanics and all that good stuff. A pretty interesting selection of cars, nonetheless. I really like some of the cars that they release, especially there is a huge lineup of historic IMSA cars, like the Audi 80s Quattro. There is even an old DP car, a Daytona prototype car, which I really like. Also, there is old F1 cars. Like I saw an old Ferrari driven by Niki Lauda, and a few indie entries, not like the new indie cars, but more like historic indie entries, which I really appreciate, and it's something that I really applaud from Turn 10 and Forza Motorsport. It's giving this spotlight to American motorsports, even when there is not too much, like even when for some people can be really generic and it's just used to, oh, it's just NASCAR, IndyCar, and all that. Like there is a lot of American motorsport that I really appreciate. Like endurance racing in America is really good. IndyCar, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it, and Turn 10 giving that spotlight is something that I really commend to, and is really good. It's not the best selection of vehicles that I've seen so far. I think the best selection of vehicles is by far Project Cars 2, with a lot of vehicles that you can pick, obscure entries, Le Mans winners, open wheelers made in house. A really good selection, and for me, Project Cars is a much better game. But this is not too far away. So well done for Forza Motorsport for that car selection. Some additions on the tracks that I really appreciated, like Kialami, also Road America. Road America is a really good track as well. But at the same time, there is like a bloating of a lot of American tracks that are not very good at, especially Homestead Miami. Which for me is more well known for its NASCAR finale than anything else. I don't think Homestead Miami is not very good at. And BAR, like the BAR has been a nightmare since Forza Motorsport 5, if I'm not wrong. Like, stop with VAR. Like, I know Virginia International Racing, VAR is really, really good. Some people enjoy it, but it's time to just let it go, dude. It's in my opinion, but there is also some additions that are gonna be added in future updates, like prepare for yourself for that. Yes, Marina. Like one of the most boring circuits in the F1 calendar, but basically it's the finale, is gonna be added. Well done. Like I don't know why bother with Jazz Marina, but it is what it is. Even when I played on a Series S, as I said, and I really accept the fact that it's not the best console to play this game, I'm not very impressed with the looking of this game. Okay, guys, here me of the future. Meanwhile, I was editing this video. Well, I mean, in my opinion, that's a bit more of my fault. I put the game on performance mode, so that's why it looks a bit rough. When it comes to graphics mode, actually looks better, as you're gonna see in a few bits of video that I recorded today. But yeah, that's something I want to clarify. So let's continue with the rest of the video. Like, there is parts that actually the game can look really good, but most of the times, that if you're playing like a third person, that you can see more of the scenery and the track overall, and even the car itself, it looks pretty rough. And I know I don't want to compare it with Gran Turismo, but I have to. Like, the Gran Turismo 7 has, even at the start, has been a stunning game to look at, and has put quite of a bar in terms of a racing game that is pretty to look at. Forza Motorsport, even when I didn't play it on 4K, and I think that game on 4K can be actually really good. Like, it's a high price to pay for some performance as well. Like, the thing is, and I'm gonna talk about performance soon, it's like, why do you need performance and quality mode, especially in this game, and especially when your rival is actually doing both things really good? And yes, I'm talking about Gran Turismo 7. Like, it's a game that looks pretty good and runs at 60 frames per second. So I don't understand why Turn 10 Studios bother to, oh yes, we have to have performance mode and quality mode. Like, even for the Series X and PC, why you just don't bother to put it in quality mode, 60 frames per second, and all that stuff. I completely understand it on a Series S, but on a Series X and PC, I think the performance modes needs to go, and quality mode running on 60 frames per second will do a better job to judge this game by the looks than this performance mode that is just absolutely terrible. Other thing that I really want to talk about is the car models. The car models are insanely bad, some of them. Like, there are cars that, I'm not kidding with you, are a decade-old models. Are from the first Forza Motorsport. When I was like 16, 17 years old, and I'm a 32-year-old man now. Like, it's insane the fact that they are using these really old models on a 2023 game. Like, this game is actually the proof of that quantity is not better than quality. And even when Gran Turismo Sport and 7 aren't exactly with the biggest rooster of cars, like, something I really applaud is the quality of the cars. That everything looks from 2023 or 2022. Like, the game looks updated. All the car models are updated and have a lot of details. On Forza Motorsport, you still have a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo from Forza Motorsport that they didn't have even they are so shameless that they put it on one of the trailers, and people just start laughing at it because it's like you don't have to be exactly a doctor or someone that is an expert on racing games to see how old that car is in the terms of the modeling. So pretty bad. Like I guess that maybe time will tell that they will update models, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure, especially with the direction that Microsoft and Turn 10 are taking, that is just releasing a lot of cars, but some of them are not very good. Also, something I really want to talk about is like this upgrade system that the game has. It's pretty useless in my opinion, because especially in the career mode, because like first you start with your first car that I picked my Subaru Impreza STI, and I was like leveling up the car meanwhile I was doing all the championships with it. And later on the game has had me to pick another car, buy another car. So what is this leveling system came from? Like I have to grind the whole, like my Subaru Impreza to get all the parts. Like even when a lot of parts now, because the game got updated, are unlocked in lower levels now, is still pretty dumb. Like this grinding system that racing games are implementing, but this is not something that Forza Horizon is guilty of. Gran Turismo 7 is really well known for being very grindy, and that when a money glitch gets announced and is famous, people just runs to exploit that money glitch. Like in this case, it's like, why do you have to put this upgrade system by grinding and doing the same all over again? It's just dumb. It's a really bad idea that I hope one day they just completely scrap it. But I have seen that not many games decide to scrap bad ideas. Like let's take for example Need for Speed Payback. So they have this slot system that was very stupid, but it's just boring, and it's really bad idea that you implement this credit system. Also, the winning money is a bit useless. Like at least in Gran Turismo 7, even when the game is grindy for credits, like at least you have something to look forward to. Like right now, I'm looking forward to buy the normal McLaren F1 for my collection, of course. And in this game, like everything is quite cheap though. Like I saw Daytona prototypes and even Le Mans winners paying 300k, 400k. Like Bugatti Chirons costing 300. Like the game is quite cheap in terms of cars, but in terms of buying the cars, I don't understand then why you have this currency. Like why you just, like in that case, why just don't bother to just do the same as Project Cars 2, give all the cars and give an option of quick race and use all the cars you want, and that's it. So I don't know. I don't know why they have this as well. Like winning money is quite useless. The penalty system is something that I'm used to penalty systems because they are in Gran Turismo 7, but it's a really good idea. I really applaud the idea of having a penalty system that is immersive, because many sanctioning bodies in racing use it. And having a sanctioning body on the game, well, makes it more real, makes it more realistic and more of a simulator. The thing is that the penalty systems in games have been extremely bad. Like even in GT Sport was very rocky, and on this game as well is incredibly rocky, because the AI is very incompetent. Like even in the first parts of the game, like when you start racing with the AI, like it's like the game doesn't like pack racing, or it just enters in this conflict with pack racing. And sometimes the AI doesn't see a problem to brake check you, take you out of the road, and and the penalty system decides to punish you. What like and that doesn't make any sense. Like I was racing in Forza Motorsport with my Impreza. I was actually on the last place because you have like if you want to win more money, you have to be on the last place, and you try to win position so you can just get the best of your lap, so you can get first place. And usually on the first lap it gets very hectic, a bit chaotic because everyone wants to get positions, and usually collisions will happen. Like there is gonna be contact, and this game is really dumb because especially in its penalty system, because even when there is a small inch in contact, like the system starts like basically reviewing if it was made in purpose or not. And sometimes the system can identify that a car basically brake checked you or not. And even if the AI brake checks you and you crash into it, it gives you the penalty, which is really frustrating in my opinion. I got it a few times on my races, and there is a lot of work to be done on this game. And that's pretty much what I have to say. Like the campaign is not very interesting. Like sure you go progressing through some levels of cars, but I don't see any racing category that makes me go and see further and continue with the game. All of it looks like it's from your typical normal cars, sports cars and all that stuff. And yeah, I'm not very happy with it, because in that case, why do you bother to add racing cars? Also, there is things that people are complaining that I'm just gonna touch, but it's just touching. I'm not gonna give my full cent on it. Sometimes the online gets a bit hectic and is not very good at, but it is what it is. I truly don't recommend this game. Like, I was expecting, in my personal opinion, that the Forza Motorsport will advance to the future. That will be something that even me, as a long-time Gran Turismo player, was looking forward to. And I always respected Forza Motorsport for what it was. I'm really thankful for Forza Motorsport to exist, because in some way, if Forza Motorsport didn't exist, like Gran Turismo will still committing the same mistakes. And thanks to Forza Motorsport winning terrain and winning popularity, is why Gran Turismo 7 it has such good quality and has advanced to this level that I really appreciate. So I don't have anything against Forza Motorsport. But I was expecting a bit more. I was expecting more quality. I was expecting at least that the game doesn't handhold too much. That is other thing that I was truly annoyed by, because the game handholds you all the time. Like there is a part that on the first parts of the game that forces you to put an auto upgrade that personally I don't like. I like to adjust my cars on my own way, but the game decided to just adjust the game out of nowhere. But yeah, I adjust my car because that's the best way, I guess. Well, like, I understand it for new players, but I selected my difficulty and everything to be quite expert, and it still gives me the hand to do this and that, and I don't know, it's quite repulsive, and I just don't like this hand holding, especially in games like this. But that's pretty much it. I'm sorry if it was a bit of a ramble, but I wanted to give my full opinion on it. Pretty disappointed, that's all I have to say. Like, I hope that the live service does justice to this game, to the Xbox players, to the people that purchased this game, because this is a $70 entry. And gives them in the future a really good game with a lot of quality, with the mistakes that this release did at first completely fixed up, and that you have a really good game. But right now I can just recommend this game, and it's just a shame, But that's pretty much it. Let me know your opinions in the comment section right below. About Forza Motorsport 7, the new Forza Motorsport. If you like it or not, leave me your opinion right there. I know that it can sound a bit biased, but I truly like all racing games because all racing games offer something different. Doesn't matter if it's an arcade or a simulator. All of them are different animals in their own way. So it's better to just experience all of them. Gran Turismo, Forza Motorsport, Project Cars, Assetto Corsa Competition, and all the games that you have access to that you can access to, and get a better picture of it. So I kindly invite you to do that as well, like and open your mind, especially if you are like a racing, if you're into racing games like me. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say about. Yeah, thank you very much, guys, and see you on the next one. Goodbye.